All right, I added a little WD-40. Is this bolt head turning?
Pushrod Fury!
All right, here we go with the Wunderlich, whatever it's called. Anyway, we got crash bars. So there's crash bars in there, in that little bag. And I'm really using them to hold some lights. So those will get mounted to it. But I watched someone else's video and went through the awesome instructions. But what I did in prep work, showing you the prep work, I got everything measured and I labeled it with labels. So I have all the correct size spacers and hardware all done up for the left side of the bike, the right side of the bike, and these are the mounting brackets. So for now we're just going to get the mounting brackets installed, and then after we get all that stuff installed, then we put the bodywork back on and then put the crash bars on. Okay. All right, so the bike's a little dirty, but we're still going to put the crash bar mounting bracket on. Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah, I don't even know what that is. I've never even seen it before. I'll have to look that up. That's embarrassing. No idea what that is. Anyway, this bracket, they're symmetrical, so you can't mess this up. So this bracket goes in front of it like this. Go behind it. And we'll point out, I've got the hardware, like I showed you before, all sorted. So this is the right side with all the right spacers already in it. So the smaller ones, they screw into these holes, so that's pretty straightforward. And the big one, we have to remove this engine, this motor mount bolt, and we're going to replace it with the bolt that came with the kit. Okay, so we're going to remove this motor mount bolt. Boy, is that tough. So I'm going to hold that still like that. That's really tough. So we're not going to do it that way. All right, let's see if we can get this out. Oh boy. That feels like it's just going to break. That is so sketchy. Let's try that again. Okay, here we go. All right, I added a little WD-40. Is this bolt head turning? Brendan, can you see that turning?
I'm looking. Doesn't look like it's moving.
It is turning a little bit.
Oh yeah, there it goes.
This feels so dangerous. And this feels like it's going to break.
I bet it will.
It feels like it's breaking off. Hand me the WD again. Look at that. That's all chewed up. Whew. Well, I've never removed a bolt that felt so bad. Or made so many noises being loosened. What is going on in here? Yeah. It's gone. It's stripped now.
Is this doing anything?
Let's do this. So we ran into a problem. This bolt that holds the engine to the frame in the front, engine mounting bolt, was frozen. I could not get it to move. I started to actually strip the head of the bolt, so I stopped. And now we're going to apply heat and croil, but you've got to get the croil up into the bolt hole. So I brought a little piece of tubing. And what I hope to do is thread this down here. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to just thread this to here. And I'm going to see if I can croil a little better. Okay, well that's croiled up. Okay, that's that. Now I've got messy hands. That can come off. And this. Okay, now we got to heat it. So if I could get my camera angle over here, I'll show you where that is. You have to kind of come in. Okay, so if you come up to here, I don't know if you can see my finger, but that piece of aluminum is threaded. It also happens to be part of the cylinder head. So that's a lot of fun if that gets stripped. So we're going to heat it with this heat gun. I'll show you the heat gun. See the heat gun? All right. So I'm going to put some heat on it, and we're going to get it up to just over body temperature so it feels like a warm bath. icy cold still. Do I have it on the no heat option or something? All right, Pushrod Fury here, looking crazy as ever. This has been a month-long project, and getting the frozen engine mounting bolt out, what has been a giant pain. I broke the bolt off. That just sucked beyond compare. Never want to do that again. And then I had to extract it, and now it turned into a train wreck. And eventually got it out. I kind of messed up some of the threads, but I ran a tap through it to clean everything out. Anyway, let me show you where we are now. I had to carve up this piece of plastic. You can see there's take a lot of material out and drill this hole out bigger to make way for the posts, the standoffs for the engine guard bracket. So I'm sure this piece is ridiculously expensive from BMW, and I really hope it doesn't crack down here. But anyway, mark these up. I could have done a prettier job, but you can't even see that once it's all installed. So let me get this attached to the bike and see if I can get the engine guard bracket to go in. Okay. Okay, so you can see we've got access there, here, and then that little guy there. So I'm going to get the bracket installed onto all three spots. Not quite sure I'm going to get the camera angle, but at least I'll have the camera on for that. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing lit up. Got that installed. You can see the notches I cut are totally invisible. So it's really just like, did I compromise the strength of that bracket? I don't know. But I don't plan on taking these brackets off, even if I remove the engine guards. I'm just going to leave them there. It's not worth the hassle. But anyway, yeah, I put anti-seize on that bottom bolt because that's what gave me all the trouble to begin with. And I'm going to safety wire it so that it can't shake loose. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. So now it's time to put Loctite on those top two bolts and get everything torqued down to specification. And if we remember correctly, it's about 7 foot-pounds for the top bolts, and I'm going to do that bottom bolt at 30 foot-pounds, or 20 foot-pounds, sorry, and it's 33 foot-pounds is the specification, because I don't want to mess up those threads. And this one's going to be a little bit of a booger because it's kind of pinched in there. Again, the spacer's being held in by the pressure of the plate and that little wrench that I stuck in there. Okay. So take this to 20 foot-pounds. There we go. Yep. Okay. This side is done. I hope. This needs to get safety wired. I'm going to safety wire. Let's see. I will drill through the head of the bolt, probably this way, through the side, and then I'll run the safety wire, pulling it this way, and around the back shaft, this standoff in the shaft. But I'll just safety wire around that, but I'll do that later. Okay. So I really am hoping that this all lines up properly. This side should be fine. So I'm going to stick that peg in. Here's the small bolts. They're going to get their Permatex blue on there. There we go. And then I'm going to put, people are going to freak out, I'm sure, but oopsie, that's an awful lot of anti-seize. Ah, okay. We should be able to just do this. Okay, so a couple things. One, let's make sure this bolt goes through just fine, and it does. Get a few threads going maybe. Yeah, that's perfect. Nothing's stressed. Nothing stressed. Okay, good. And all my holes are lining up too. So that's really good. Let's see if I can get maybe a better angle there. Better angle here. There we go. And we screw this big screw, just going in very nicely with the copious amount of anti-seize. There's just no way I could ever put thread locker on that and feel good about it. Just no way. All right, time for torque. There we go. If we want to get a little flavor of what we're seeing here, we've got that plate installed. You can see my bit roomy of a cutout that I made, but you can see that front post right there. See that? Pretty awesome. Pretty good cutout there. The back one's a bit wild. I went a little crazy on that, but the front one's like a perfect fit. Okay, well that's the side plate for the engine guard / light bar.